Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's the author Andrew Snorton, and you're joining me for another edition of the Fast 15. As we normally do about this time, we take about 15 minutes to pause, check up, check in, enjoy an encouraging note from any of the books or audiobooks, and then a couple of announcements, and just try to put people in a positive space because sometimes you can't wait till the end of the day, the beginning of the next day to pause, pump your brakes, and have a pick me up. So to stay connected with me, make sure to add me on Instagram at AuthorASnorton. And when you do, click on the link in the bio as it'll be for my Linktree, which is linktr.ee/AuthorASnorton. Then from there, you can check out the current newsletter, all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter/X, YouTube. You can go to my Amazon author page as well. Any of the interviews I've done with different outlets and more, and some other amazing updates, including information on the Author Andrew Snorton blend, which is a collaborative coffee piece with Fonte's Coffee. So make sure to go ahead and add, like, share, all those types of wonderful things, as it really does help me, and it also helps me to better help other people. And as we do at the beginning of each chat, we always take time, to pause and pump our brakes because, again, sometimes you can't wait to the end of the day or the beginning of the next day to kind of pause, get encouraged, all that type of stuff. So if you or someone you know is going through something, whether it's a family member, friend, or loved one who's transitioned, something job related, family related, like all of us are dealing with something, but some people are really dealing with some serious draining things. So if that sounds like you or someone you know, let them know that there are people that are praying for them. There are people who are genuinely hoping for the best for them and want to speak life into them. So if that sounds like you or someone you know, definitely, at least this portion, share. By the same token, if there's someone who's going through something positive, you traveled somewhere new, you learned how to do something, you met some new encouraging good people, or that item that you were struggling with, you finally have it under control, for lack of a better term. We celebrate you. You should celebrate yourself. Don't go over the top with it, but you should celebrate yourself. And, just be encouraged. Feed off the positive energy for the next thing, but let's not forget others who may be going through a difficult time, because that once upon a time was us, and it could be us again. So just keeping it all in perspective. So speaking of perspective, for today, I'm going back to the second book that I did, 9 Stories of Faith, Volume 1. It definitely speaks on these themes where all of us are dealing with something, but some people are doing something each and every day. And people just kind of open up, regarding what it is they're dealing with, but what they do through the lens of their faith, best practices in health and wellness, how they use their support network, and how they've changed their way of thinking, that they still live positive and powerful lives. And there's all of these individuals who took time to talk and share and things along those lines. I tell you what, there's some nuggets here. So you definitely, I go back and reread this from time to time, and I would ask that people would do the same. And I'm going to pull a selection from chapter 3, which is titled Crafty, like crafty. So here's chapter 3, Crafty. And I want to read this part of it, which may help someone. So this is chapter 3. Crafty. I'm going to read these following sections. Once you realize that in taking on the bigger challenges, you have to make them a little smaller and doing a little at a time, it can help you better manage that feeling of being overwhelmed. I know I have to take a moment or two to pause and remind myself of keeping the bigger purpose in mind. All that I do is bigger than just me. If I don't do what I'm called to do, it can do more harm than good to so many people, she insists. Now, that's one paragraph out of this chapter, but one of many things that speak to me in speaking with these individuals. And it's true, like sometimes life can get real complicated, it can seem like it's too much to take on. So you've heard me say pause and pump your brakes or what have you. But even in here, even the big challenges have to be broken down into something smaller. It's just like when you put food on your plate, well, hopefully you don't throw it down all at once. You cut a portion, you cut another portion, you scoop a portion. You might drink some water or something with it. So sometimes in order to handle these bigger issues, even things that can be gut wrenching, we do have to slow it down and break it down into smaller pieces. And sometimes it's easy to remember based on the situation, but sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. But here's something, in light of all the life challenges that we have, here's something that's important. I'm going to read this sentence one more time. I know I have to take a moment or two to pause and remind myself of keeping the bigger purpose in mind. All that I do is bigger than just me. And then I'm going to read this last part. If I don't do what I'm called to do, it can do more harm than good to so many people. Wow, that's a whole lot of information right there, just in that one paragraph. And that's something that's helping me to kind of pause and reboot. So hopefully for people out there, it's helping you to do the same. So not only just today, but any day, definitely add, 9 Stories of Faith, Volume 1 to your reading list. And all that. There's some great nuggets, some great interviews I was able to do. So now as we get ready to pause and pivot with a couple of announcements and winding down, October 21st, join me in Winston-Salem, North Carolina at Wake Forest University for the Festival on the Quad. The actual festival takes place from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I put on my flyer 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. for doing the book signing, but if you come out at 9, I'll be out there. So some entities have like meetings and stuff. So if you're a member of an entity that has a meeting at 10, stop by about 9:30, meet, greet, chop it up, add any of the books, get the information on the audiobooks. I'll have limited bags of the AuthorASnorton blend. So we'll definitely have limited bags of the medium roast, the light roast, the decaf. I don't know, maybe I'll hustle to see if we can do a sneak peek of the roast we're gonna do for the holidays. I don't know for sure, but definitely you're not gonna know if you don't come out. So October 21st, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I know the flyer says 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., but if you come out at 9, you're fine. 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the campus of Wake Forest University. We'll have a table for the Festival on the Quad. We'll be out in front of the main campus bookstore. Make sure to check me out. November the 4th from 12 to 3 p.m. Again, November the 4th from 12 to 3 p.m. Join me at Nubian Bookstore in Morrow, Georgia, out not that far from South Lake Mall. Always been a welcoming space for me here in Metro Atlanta. So I will do a book signing there. That way you can get a head start on your holiday shopping. Hey, it's almost the holidays, y'all. Like November isn't that far away. So November 4th from 12 to 3 p.m., Nubian Bookstore. Join me there for my book signing. Many thanks to our partners, our collaborative team at Fonte's Coffee. I tell you what, if you're in Louisville, stop by. They are amazing people. If you're not in Louisville, you can order online at fontescoffee.com. Click on the menu for special selections, special editions. I'll be up there. You can get the medium roast, the light roast, the decaf, and they have autographed copies of all my books. So I say just get 2 bags in a book and you're good to go. Seriously, if you get 2 bags in a book, that's free shipping. So easy. Make sure to make that happen. Many thanks to all the venues who have the coffee that includes, but are not limited to, Smoke Break and Conyers. If you're in Bowling Green, Kentucky, check out Bowling Green Pipe and Cigar right there in the downtown square. They've got, a bag. It might be gone, but yeah, they've got a bag of the coffee. Let's see. There's other amazing venues. Black Dot Cultural Center. I know Black Dot Cultural Center in Lithonia, Georgia. J Cigars in Atlanta has carried it before. They may be carrying it again. Bazaar the Coffee Bar, hit me back because I got the decaf for you. So, and we're adding more, not only here in Metro Atlanta, but Louisville and other spaces and places. So we're coming up, wow, on like a year of doing this. So I'm just thankful and grateful. Everybody who's taken time to like, add, share, follow, support, inbox, repost, all that type of thing. I appreciate each and every one of you. 6 years of being a published author, it is a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work. It's some sleepless nights and what have you. But thank you to everybody on whatever level. If the only thing you've been able to do is share, if the only thing you've been able to do is like, or if you haven't been able to physically be there, you shared the info so someone else can show up and show out. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you. Every little bit counts. So as we get ready to wind down, we know it's fall, it's October. Hopefully the leaves are starting to change colors. I'm going to make sure it's not super cold, but I just figured I'd just go, in my walking attire, just kind of change it up a little bit. But I seriously hope everyone's having a good day, a good week. Hopefully these little times to pause are helping people just reboot and remain encouraged. Yeah, those are really the biggest things. And just thank you since April 1st of 2020 when we started this during the pandemic, that hopefully people are getting the pick-me-up that they need and the encouragement that they need. And yeah, you're adding the books, you're adding the audiobooks, you're adding the coffee. And even the first Wednesday of each month when I pull a selection from another author, please support them as well. There's some great people doing great work out here. And we just got to use our platforms to share it and tell it. And that's it. So again, to stay connected with me, the best bet is going to be Instagram, AuthorASnorton. Click on the link in the bio for my Linktree. That is linktr.ee/AuthorASnorton. You'll be able to access all my social media from there: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter/X, YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, y'all, because it's some good nuggets there. Any of the interviews I've been able to do, updates through the newsletter, and of course the info on the coffee. So as we wind down, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, whether small or big, a victory is a victory. Whether slow or swift, movement is movement. Keep it victorious, keep it moving, and until next time, each and every one of you take very good care, and I will see you soon. See you later.